Welcome to the Futurist Mindset. Hello, we are with Silver Swann Enterprises and Fifth Avenue Capital. My name is Tessa, and I'm here with Regan Rodriguez. Hello, Regan.
Hello, Tessa. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing better than I deserve.
That's wonderful. Well, if you don't know Regan yet, he is a futurist that teaches stratosphere wealthy legacy families how to become impact investors. And we're with Silver Swann. So, do you want to introduce our guests here?
Absolutely. And I don't want to mention that these are my favorite clients because then the others would get jealous. So I'm just not mentioning it other than to say, these are great folks. They're great to work with. I first met Glenn over a year ago. From then, he then introduced me to Melissa and Richard, and we all seem to just be on the same page in terms of our mindset and how we think and our worldview and how we look at the world. So on that note, if you don't mind, I know that Glenn, you wanted to talk on something. I actually want to have Melissa maybe talk a little bit. Just is there something you'd like to add or mention before we turn it over to Glenn, Melissa?
Sure, yes, there is. First of all, I would like to say yes, I feel we're all in harmony
We are.
and and coming into harmony together also leads to success and great things for ourselves and to anyone's lives that we touch. And that is our intention here, and we share that intention, and it's something quite beautiful and inspiring to work with. And I really feel that we are on the ground floor of doing something amazing. And secondly, I just wanted to mention that we are going to be speaking about a starting project with Silver Swann. And it is such an amazing opportunity to come in at the ground floor and at the beginning of this work. And I'll let Glenn go over the specifics of it. And just to give you just a little bit of background about where we are wanting to start, it is in the state of California. I just returned from a beautiful trip to Central California in Santa Barbara. And I can say from the trip and from speaking with people from Northern to Central California and even into Southern California, there is one thing that is happening that is very huge in California.
What's
There
that?
is a migration.
Hmm.
Reagan, there is a
Yeah.
migration. Hear me, there is a migration from the cities into the more rural areas. They're not
Close to
necessarily.
home.
Yes, exactly. They're not, we love California. California is gorgeous. It's the fifth largest economy. I know, Reagan, we always talk about California. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the
Come
fifth
here. I'm
largest.
a Florida guy,
I know.
Mhm.
Well, and I know Florida is beautiful too. But
Yes.
anyway, it is the fifth largest economy in the world.
Uh-huh.
People do not want to leave California, but they want to have a change of lifestyle. And with so many people working remotely, this kickoff project is really a way for them to achieve that. And I'm hearing about it from every city that I have visited, local people, visiting people, they're all saying the same thing. There is a migration and it is happening. And there's nothing that's going to change it. That's the other thing that I'm hearing. Wanted or unwanted, there's nothing that's going to change it. So why not be a part of it, embrace it, and bring something positive with that that we can contribute?
Thank you, Melissa. I'm glad that
Mhm.
I did decide to pick on you. I just had an intuition that I thought maybe she's going to say something good, and you did, because do
Mhm.
you realize what you did? You brought the heart of the business right within the first few seconds. And then you brought in the logic side of it. As an investor, they want to know what is happening in California, because if all we do is listen to the news, we're going to hear that it's things are not doing well, right? And the homeless population and who knows what. So we have to be careful about the content that we're consuming, right?
Yes.
Richard, just like I had an intuition to pick on Melissa, is there something that you'd like to add before we get to Glenn?
I think in general,
Okay.
it's a phenomenal location that we're looking at because it's
Totally.
physically beautiful And as everybody knows, the popularity of Florida has amazing diversity, but California, no, it does. As we all know, it's another world if you haven't been there. California, you got the mountains, you got the valleys, you got the deserts, you got the ocean, and the ocean up and down the coast is amazing. And what we're looking at, that Glenn's really researched and knows so well, is a location that has that's beautiful, that's affordable, and it's rural with beautiful views, and yet access to everything in terms of big cities are not that far away. So it's a place we know is going to grow tremendously, and getting in on the ground floor is a wise decision.
Very wise.
Thank you. Thanks. Well, Glenn, on that note, you're up to bat, buddy.
Okay. And yes, from Melissa and Richard's perspective, that's true. We are actually considered part of Central California, but we're more in this particular location is more central Southern California, because we're in a county that adjoins Los Angeles County. Los Angeles County, we're north of Los Angeles County, and the county that we're in is Kern County. Now that county is growing really well, because if the people from Los Angeles, it's only 90 minutes from our site to downtown Los Angeles. So the people that are not moving to Florida, moving to Capitol Hills area, which is where our property is located. And it's a brand new area. And the small town of Tehachapi, which is a historical town, and the train lines run through there also, but it's located just north of Los Angeles and east of Bakersfield, which is not a sanctuary town, or it's not a sanctuary county either, which is very important, like Los Angeles. And that's where the problems arise that you mentioned with the homeless and so forth in Los Angeles County, as well as San Francisco County. But this is an opportunity, and it's a large area. What we would like to do is start at the beginning, start with one lot at a time and work our way up. In fact, we can use the profits to grow and grow and grow. So what we'd like to do is buy a parcel and build executive condos. Because there is no executive condos available in this area. There are some in Bakersfield, but that's about 45 minutes away. This is right in the heart of Capitol Hills, which is the upcoming industrial, manufacturing, commercial district, all new. And it's like Richard mentioned, it's up against the mountains, and the Sequoia National Forest adjoins it. So it's beautiful
views. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it has cooler summers, and it does get a little snow in the winter. But it's near the ski resorts and so forth. And then it's only another 45 minutes on the other side is the Mojave area, that's where the SpaceX and the space program is with Richard Branson and Elon Musk are down there about 45 minutes away. So we're kind of in the heart of a lot of action. So if we build executive condos, about $3.75 million is what we're talking about total cost, but we have access to a $3 million loan that we can use for a construction loan. That means we're about $750,000 is all we need to make this project work. So $750,000 will kick this off and will give us about $1.75 million profit, which is about 30% of the gross sales. And in this community, I think it's only 12 units. And so they're less than $500,000 a unit, which that's the mid-range price for this area. It's low for Los Angeles County, of course, but it's mid-range for this county. So that's kind of it.
And that's a really great, Glenn. That is very well stated. I just wanted to jump in and to what
I'd
saying. That's low for Los Angeles. So in other words, when you're going to develop something, can people afford to buy? Will the units sell? That is always the question. And yes, they do have the income and the means, and there is such a general shortage, throughout California, not just in this area. That's throughout the state of quality housing, and people do not want to leave their homes. They don't want to leave California. They love California. It's beautiful.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to add, I know Texas and California are those two states that people are just very proud of,
Yes.
right? I went to a
Yeah.
seminar, I remember years ago, where, they had this one speaker and they mentioned their bio. They had another speaker, and then there was this one guy, he was from California, and they forgot to read the bio. So the guy comes up, the host, and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to," and he goes, "Here's all you have to say. I'm from California." And he goes, that's all you need. That says I'm cool. So that's to show the way people are from California. Go ahead, Melissa. Sorry, I interrupted on that one.
Observation, Reagan. It's true. It's true, because it's such an amazing place with wonderful people, and the development is going to be a real opportunity for people to come live in a gorgeous place, not too far from where they are, so they can stay located. And those that are working remotely, they can still get to the offices and get to their places of business that they need to go when they need to do that. And with these, I feel the units are just gorgeous. And Glenn can talk a little bit about that. However, with the views also of the mountains, the location, and Richard was going to mention too about there's a hospital pretty close. And there's probably going to be a lot of staff from the hospital that will be purchasing the units, or the hospital themselves may possibly be purchasing the units. And we will go on to do more so that we can provide housing for the local people, the people coming out from LA, and as well as the hospital and their needs. So we're looking at this is just the beginning, and we'll go forward.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
I said it's just a matter of something beginning, and you want to get in on the ground floor, right? That's like the key word, the ground floor. And whatever you purchase, the value of it's just going to increase rapidly, because we all can look at the places that are very desirable but not yet really built up, and they're going to be desirable, and it's going to be great job growth in so many different directions. So some people commute, some work from home and the internet, but many, as it's all growing there, it's going to be a beautiful place and financially a good place to be. So it's just a matter of time, and our plan is that we're on the ground level. And for an investor, we're on the ground level. It's just going to go up.
And Richard, we also have and Reagan, we also have an investment portal, so we can provide that to investors, so they can just click on that and
that's what I was just going to say. Got Tessa back on. Tessa, if you'd like to share a screen and maybe show the images. Glenn was doing such a great job of picturing how beautiful it will look. And at that time, I was thinking, if only the people could see the visual on it.
No, I might not have the same document that Glenn has that you were.
Glenn, are you able to share your screen on that?
But I can definitely show the portal where you can sign up, or you can sign up and get access to the back end that has the information too.
That'll be fine. Why don't you do that then?
Okay.
That should be fine.
Awesome.
I had forgotten. So you're the one that has it and Glenn didn't pass that along. That's fine. It's okay.
That's okay. So can you see the screen? Yes.
Well, we sure can.
Yes. Okay. So this is community.silverswaninc.com. And when you come here, you're going to sign up, and it will give you a code, so you can click on all the squares and then sign up, and it's going to give you a code. You go to your email and then pop that in. So I will let you share if you want to show off your PDF with the beautiful images.
Okay. Do you want to share that briefly?
Did you want me to share that, Reagan?
Yeah, please, if you can. I just meant if you want to show the visual. Remember how I had mentioned just that big, that just.
Okay. I can just walk through
this quickly. You did a great job of
this,
explaining it, and then,
Right.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
This is the overall picture of the two lots. We'd like to buy one of the lots. The hospital is right in front of us, Adventist Hospital, and then there's a post office out there, and it's all growing. It's got about 3 hotels already, but it's there's a few different shots of the
I mean,
property. Here's an
scroll to
aerial
show
view.
what the condos will look like, please.
Yes, they'll look.
Because that they know, look, these aren't multi-million-dollar condos
Yeah.
that are
Oh yeah, and
normally think of when you think of
sure.
California.
The condos on this side will be looking over Bear Valley, which is beautiful, and with the golf courses
Mid-range
and everything.
condos.
And on the other side, we'll be looking over the mountains and the Sequoia National Forest. So, and it's only it's a block away from that big hospital, brand new hospital. And there's only 12 units there, so we can put 12 units on this lot and then put 12 units on the other lot after these. These are probably pre-sale once we start construction. So,
Yes.
so this is ready to go. All the streets and the utilities and everything are ready to go. It's ready. We can break ground just as soon as we raise the $750,000 to put down, and then we'll use the $3 million loan, and then we'll sell it for almost $6 million. So it's looking pretty good.
Good.
And the pre-sales are great.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think
Please
we
do. Go
will
ahead.
be doing a lot of pre-sales. And as we're going along, we'll continue to build and expand so that we can meet the needs of what's happening there. In the growing community, there's such a shortage of quality housing. We'll probably be, some of the sales will be going to the hospital, but we'll also want to continue on so that we can provide units for the local community and as well as the people that are migrating. So I really just see this as just a little beginning and a little spark that's going to really bloom and blossom into something wonderful and positive for everyone.
Thank you
Sure.
for mentioning that.
It will. Okay. That kind of wraps up our project there, Reagan.
Yeah, very good. One thing I was going to add also, I know I was teasing you guys about the whole Florida, California thing. And then this just reminded me, Glenn, when you said that it's near Sequoia, and it reminded me about, I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 6-7 years ago. I was on the phone with a gentleman that was a partner at Sequoia Capital.
Oh.
And I was telling him about a project I wanted to send him that's in Florida. And then I very briefly mentioned to him about something in Colorado. And then I go back to Florida and he's like, I really like that project in Colorado. Can you send me that one? And I'm like, I didn't even tell you about it. Well, but it's so great. And he said, well, what we've noticed, and I thought this was very interesting. I think Tessa will find this interesting too, because she works with a lot of Silicon Valley type folks as well. And he said, what we've noticed is that when we deal with the people in Florida and they're on the water, they just tend to be a little too much visionaries and everything's vision, right? He said, but when I talk with the people that live in the mountains, they're more grounded. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Yeah, I see your face, Richard.
That's a good point.
It is, because I've noticed that about California. That's the difference between, Miami, Brickell area, and you're looking San Diego, LA. I feel like you guys have a good balance, because living in the water does make you more of a visionary. I mean, that's just obvious. If you just look at the U.S.,
sure,
what are the cities that do the best? They're always on the water, right? Chicago, Miami. And what I think is so great about California is that you guys kind of can have that balance because of the grounding.
Yes. Just one last thing as far as location. We're just a few hours west of Las Vegas. So that's pretty nice too, because a lot of people from Los Angeles go to Las Vegas, every day.
Right.
So,
now that just forget everything I said. They're mountains. Those people are very individual. I think we're done. Tessa,
Yes,
anything else you want?
I do have one last question for you, and it is, last week we talked a little bit about, oh, sorry, I just lost it. I had it on the screen. Oh, we talked about belief, and I was hoping you could tell us a little bit more about the importance of belief and leadership when you're managing your own cafe fund.
Okay, I will. This is for all of you, so you can keep all of them on the screen. And if any of you guys have, go ahead. What were you going to say, Tessa? I was
going to say I could highlight you though right now if that works for you. We'll just do that. Perfect.
You guys decide.
Yes,
So
I will do
here's
that.
what I want to talk on. As a leader of a hedge fund, of a cafe fund, you have two simple commandments that I want you to have: love and grow. You get a chance to not like everybody, but you get to love myself, and I get to see how I grow and how I'm growing in every aspect. And I get a chance to love the people around me and support them in growing. And that's it. Not like me, because a lot of times my people may not like me, but they love me because they know that I love them. Even if we're not speaking, there's love there because the intention is beautiful. You have to be that way with yourself before you can give it away. So how do you go about that love and growth and utilize and recognize that that's a beautiful energy and it makes the job fulfilling? Love yourself is interpersonal. Love others is interpersonal. Growth for others and growth for yourself is also interpersonal. Those are two aspects that are the most important aspects of leadership within your cafe fund. A strong internal motivation, because everything that you're creating for you, you can give away. That's fulfillment. That's creation. That is the most powerful and selfish thing that you can do for yourself, is create things to get away, to give away.
That's
You want to
beautiful.
support people in growing to that next level. That's what leadership is about. Step up. Now, be careful with leadership and being a cafe fund manager and significance, because some people think, oh, it's the next significant thing to do. I want to run a fund. No, don't look for significance. Look for service. It's about supporting. It's about being a model. It's about helping people grow and loving them in the process. It's going to change your world when you throw significance out. When it comes to the beautiful thing about life is let it go. Just be great. Be the best that you can be. Be amazing for other people. I want people to say, I love you best when I get to be around you. The best leaders, I think, decide to, don't worry about references, okay? The belief allows the creativity. That's how you're going to deal with the uncertainty. That's why we need the belief systems, because that's the certainty about something. I want that to be intrinsic, not extrinsic. Now, I want to develop the belief systems that are going to help me. If I was called to be in this position, then I've got everything that I need inside. And the only way to do it is to act. Act and it comes out. Action requires faith. Faith is where you step outside of your comfort zone so that you can enjoy the gifts of your new vision, the power of your new belief systems. This is the opportunity to do so. Remember, you have to believe in yourself. Belief is a physical expression. It's a self-talk. It's a focus. That's what belief is, because that's what gets that certainty. It's not a strategy. Recognize that as a leader, you're going to develop that within your people so that they can model it. Your job as a cafe fund manager is to get their belief, their capability, more so than their actions, even their results. Why? Because the same level of results that got you to where you're at is not going to help you to where you want to go. So in order to step up their game, I believe that they can go to that next level. And here's the other thing. We have 100 billion brain cells and we don't even use them. So we're all thinking small. That's the greatest thing about this. We're all thinking small, even me, you. And therefore, we can always grow. I want to intelligently understand how that comfort zone that I'm going to step out of. How do I get people to step outside of that comfort zone? Be different, grow, expand. That's how I'm going to do this. By believing in them, we talk about certainty. I talked about that. It takes courage to lead. Sometimes people want courage but they don't realize that it's all about belief. So if I believe that this is the best thing that I need to do, if I believe that this is going to happen and I'm going to have the courage, but if instead I think that this is foolish, this is tough, and then I want to have the courage to do it, then you're working against yourself. You're not supporting yourself. Courage is not, I want to say things that I believe, and I want to approach the person with that belief. My job is to sell belief, nothing more. That's what I do. So you continue to believe in your people, because I believe in Silver Swann team. I know that they are completely different leaders now because of what they've done and because they're stepping outside of their comfort zone. Recognize that where you're at right now is just the beginning. Where you go from here is up to you and you only. That's it. I know I had told you they're having like a wine tasting party here, so I think they're setting things up. But other than that, what anybody have any questions based on what I shared?
I think we're good. I can definitely bring back our group, but I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I think that's it. So, if you want to find out again, we have the link for Silver Swann Enterprises, so you can get over there and find out all the information in the back office. And again, you just set up an account and then it will get you into that area so you can find out more. And definitely it's an exciting opportunity. And as always, Reagan, very informative. And I love, we do create our beliefs, create our reality, so we have to be conscious of it. So I'm gonna let you go enjoy what you have an event there. And
I think I'm gonna go in on it too. Yeah, why not?
And we'll see you next week. We're here every Friday at noon Eastern time. It helps if I get my time zones right here.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Reagan, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.